Calumet Township is committed to providing professional, service to help residents in time of dire economic emergency. The township will utilize social services, job training, and employment assistance to help clients in the transition from societal dependence to economic independence.
Emergencies can take place at any time. Your ability to recover from an emergency tomorrow may depend on the planning and preparation you do today. Let us gear up and get ready. Here to provide us with a first-hand training and awareness is one of Haggerty Consulting Firm's associate managers, and that's Mr. Jason Ferguson. Mr. Ferguson is our neighbor. He's from Chicago, Illinois. He holds a master's degree in public health and has held various positions with the Incident Command System, such as the Incident Commander on the college campus during the H1N1 outbreak. He served as chairperson for the campus behavior, intervention, and threat assessment teams, and the emergency response coordinator for Cook County Department of Public Health. Jason Ferguson is a skilled group facilitator and certified ICS instructor. It is with great pleasure and admiration that I introduce to you Mr. Jason Ferguson.
Just to name a couple of efforts that we've done. One, just to talk about Calumet Township's effort. Over the past maybe 3 or 4 weeks, you guys have sent out over 3,000 copies of this material to your clients. Did you know that? This is going out in a mass mailing to over 3,000 of your clients. So folks that you serve have this information at home, and they can begin to talk among themselves about how they can use this to better prepare themselves for emergency situations. So many of us in our communities have been conditioned by these realities, and therefore when you talk about emergencies, we kind of fall back and we'll be okay. I really don't have to be deliberate about planning for it because I made it through the last situation, I'll make it through the next situation. But why not take the car by the steering wheel and say, I'm going to be deliberate about keeping myself and my family safe? And that's what this campaign is promoting. We want residents who live in our communities to be empowered, to not be afraid, but to be empowered. When you look at the website, the campaign slogan is, when disaster strikes, notice it doesn't say if disaster strikes, it says, when disaster strikes, you will be the first to respond. Last year, we had the street lined up with all of the District 1 emergency service personnel. They're going to respond. They have plans in place. We've seen some of these plans. They're great plans and they work. However, if it's a large catastrophic incident, are they going to be able to reach your doorstep right away? They're going to be trying to help everybody. Everybody needs help. So there's going to be this period of time between when the disaster strikes and when those support personnel can get to you that we are all on our own. So the whole point is, gear up, get ready. As part of this campaign, we developed 3 simple documents that would allow folks just like you and me to take 3 simple steps to increase your emergency preparedness. The first step is this emergency contact card. Hold up your card. This emergency contact card, this is your baby. I want you to take this card, take a close look at it, because later on I want you to fill it out and I want you to keep it on you at all times. This is a very simple step, and let me explain. This card allows you to write down the emergency contact person's name and phone number. This is the person that either you would call in a case of an emergency to say, hey, I need help, or if somebody came to help you and you were incapacitated, you couldn't speak for yourself, and they found this card in your wallet, they would be able to call your point of contact's name and their phone number. This section up top, the notes section, you can write additional phone numbers. You can write medication that you're taking and the dosage. You can write allergies. First responder finds you and wants to give you medication, they should know if you're allergic to certain things. For me, my wife and I, we have a 13-year-old daughter who is both autistic and she's also deaf. We wrote on her card, Taylor is autistic and deaf. That's something that I would want a first responder to know if they found her and was trying to help her so they can better care for her. So this card, again, is worth its weight in gold. It's a simple step. You fill it out and you drop it in your pocket. Who wants to see whether or not I have mine? Mr. Ferguson, while you talking, bam! I have my emergency contact card and it's filled out. On me at all times. I did it on my way here. I was sitting outside. I'm joking. I did it last week. The next document that I want to talk to you about is the emergency kit checklist. And again, this is probably one of those issues where we may find the greatest barrier when folks are like, well, I don't really want to pull together this emergency kit. I want to say a few things about this emergency kit and the process of developing it that will put us all at ease. It's a work in progress. It's never a fully completed process. Start where you are and always work toward enhancing your kit. Raise your hand if you see one item that you currently have at home that's on this list. Okay? 2 items, keep your hands up. 3 items, keep your hands up. 4 items, keep your hands up. 5, 6, okay? Hands go down. But let's stop right there. For example, there are 12 items on this list. And almost half the room had their hands up and talking about almost half the list. Point is, most folks already have half of this stuff at home already. We just don't take the time to put it in one place. The whole point of this kit, if a disaster happens or when a disaster happens, and you need to get yourself and your family out of the house to safety, you should not be running around your house looking for these items. You should be able to grab a bin that has some basic items in it, grab the kids, get the dog, get the cat, get in the car, and go.
Gear up and get ready.
Gear up and get ready. That's it. The last of the 3 documents is the family emergency plan. This requires more detail. This is like a step above this emergency contact card. The family plan requires you to list out the detail on every member in your household, every member in your family. It even asks for important medication information, social security numbers. There are certain families that say, we're not going to put our socials on this actual form, right? We'll just do like the X's and maybe the last 4 digits. However you feel comfortable with that, that's fine. The whole point is, if you were ever in an emergency, all of this information you may not be able to quickly rattle off, the top of your head. You would be happy that you had this documented in one place. Here's another reason why this may be helpful. Say, for example, if your family decides that you're going to fill this out and you're going to, like I said, not put like the socials and things like that on it, but you're going to fill this out, use a magnet, and leave it on your refrigerator. Mom and dad goes out of town. They're, going to celebrate their anniversary in Vegas or somewhere. Grandma's at home watching the kids for the weekend. Something happens at the kid's school. Where's the school's phone number? Right here on the refrigerator. Where's what medication is the son taking? Right here on the refrigerator. All that information that grandma would need in that example will be right there accessible to her. This is to be completed and kept confidentially inside your home. You fill it out. One of my recommendations is to drop it in a Ziploc bag and put it inside your emergency kit. So again, if you have to evacuate your house and you grab that kit and go, inside that kit is what? Pertinent information about your family. In one place, able to be kept dry because you put it in a Ziploc bag. Any questions on any of the 3 documents? That means that I either did not explain it thoroughly or I did such a good job that you have no questions.
Great job.
All right, get more information at gearupgetready.org. And thank you so much for having me today.